times I spent at the Prince Rupert Hospital for many, many hours, I observed, as an independent social scientist specializing in the human condition, the pattern that there's always a there's usually, most people have a resentment of interacting with patients if they are not already like neighbors and friendly for a long time before. And if they do socialize not just among each other as staff, but with clients, patients, it'll be the patients they know. It's really measurable. And sometimes even when they're not on break, you gotta get them off their phones. Now, I'm not saying it's just here, it's a pattern. Like, for example, I said bye to the two last ladies. One happens to leave a different door. We walk all the way here because she was parked right beside me. And she stopped making conversation with me because I'm out of the hospital. She finished her work. I said something before we went up the hill here. What did I say? Oh, I said I was lucky with my big vehicle to find a parking spot. She didn't answer. She doesn't need to anymore, right? Now, if I say to somebody that knows her, and this is an example I've been giving like 15 years ago, that you can't say, I've known that person all my life, they're a great person. But the thing is are they a great person with everybody? So if I say about her, she doesn't have community values, and then all her neighbors kind of protest this because they receive different behaviors, then you got to look up the definition of community, you got to look up the definition of human rights, about, if somebody's nice only with a particular category of people, then you have to say, oh, I've known that person, they're really nice, but with that category of people, and you're not in it. Like, be honest about your discrimination, people. And it's not like I did anything wrong, and I was friendly with that person and everybody else there, and try to make conversation without doing it too much, respecting when people want to be, because I'm noticing these things, right? I'm noticing there's an indigenous guy who listened a little bit when I was talking to Judy White, that I'd like to praise as a social worker here, who helped me the first time with a taxi voucher, and who hooked me up now to avoid something that will be worse than my scopes tomorrow on Friday the 13th in a different city more than 2 hours away. Is she helped me resolve transportation expenses with the ministry. And I'm not indigenous. So I'd like to praise her again for caring, because when I just said she was nice to the other indigenous guy that was there for services, and the two nurses over her, I said, I just want to cry right now. I said, because, man, I gotta fix my exhaust manifold. You need money and you need a place to do it. Because I told Judy when she came back to get my signature for something, I started crying, just saying how it's nice to get your help. And the reason, and I told her I worked at Salt Lake Society for 4 years, but I said, that was a long time ago, like more than 10 years ago. But I said, now the last 4 years, let's say, the indigenous communities that I tried to offer my services to and help, often volunteer, is they abused me, and it's getting rare to get quality service like Judy White did, and to know that person cares, right, in their job, and no matter who it is that they're helping in their job, they care, and that's so rare now. And I told her, I said, oh man, the trauma I have now from indigenous communities in the last 4 years is I need my own reconciliation efforts from their side as well.